$4.7 billion. That's more than the GDP of 40 countries. It's enough to buy 23 Boeing 747s. And now, it's the price tag for what could become the most ambitious stadium project in NFL history. The Chicago Bears are going all in on their vision for a new home that's not just a stadium, it's a statement about the future of football in America. Remember those bone-chilling days at Soldier Field? The wind cutting through your jersey like a knife, your beer freezing before you can finish it? Well, those days are about to become nothing but stories to tell your grandkids. Because what's coming to Chicago is going to make every other NFL stadium look like your high school football field. Let me paint you a picture of what $4.7 billion gets you in 2026. We're talking about a monument to football that's going to span 326 acres. That's not a typo, 326 acres. To put that in perspective, you could fit 3 Disneylands inside this complex, and every single inch of it has been designed to blow your mind. The centerpiece? A 65,000-seat enclosed stadium that's going to redefine what we expect from a football venue. But here's where it gets interesting. The Bears aren't just building a bigger stadium. They're building what they call a smart stadium. And trust me, this thing is practically alive. Let's start with the roof, because this isn't your daddy's retractable dome. We're looking at a $2.1 billion engineering marvel that can open or close in just 8 minutes. But here's the crazy part. It's not just open or closed. This roof can partially open in sections, creating different configurations for different events. Want natural light just over the field? Done. Need coverage just over the stands? You got it. The playing field itself is like something out of a sci-fi movie. They're installing over 7,000 sensors under the turf that track everything: ball speed, player movement, impact force, you name it. Want to know how fast that touchdown run was? It'll pop up on your phone before the extra point attempt. Want to see the exact force of that bone-crushing tackle? It's all there in real time. But let's talk about what matters to us fans: the experience. The Bears are installing what they call position-specific viewing areas. Want to watch the game from the quarterback's perspective? There's a section for that. Want to feel like you're in the trenches with the offensive line? They've got you covered. Each area comes with specialized displays showing real-time stats and analytics specific to that position group. The concourses? Forget everything you know about stadium bottlenecks. These are twice as wide as Soldier Fields, with ceilings 3 times as high. They're using something called Smart Crowd Flow technology that actually predicts congestion before it happens and guides fans to clearer paths through the stadium via an app. Now, let's talk food, because they're revolutionizing how we eat at games. 120 different concession points throughout the stadium, but here's the kicker: no lines. They're using Amazon's Just Walk Out technology. You grab what you want and walk away. The cameras and sensors track what you take, and it's automatically charged to your account. Want a Chicago-style hot dog and a beer? You can be back in your seat in under 2 minutes. The premium areas? They're taking luxury to a whole new level. We're talking about suites with transparent LED floors that can show replays happening right under your feet. Every suite has its own climate control system and something they call Field View technology, a system of cameras and microphones that lets you experience the game as if you're standing on the sidelines. But here's what really gets me excited. The Bears are building what they call the History Halls. This isn't your typical team museum. Using augmented reality and holographic technology, you can literally walk through the greatest moments in Bears history. Want to catch a pass from Sid Luckman? Return a kick alongside Devin Hester? Through this technology, you can actually do it. They're also installing a weather recreation system. Want to know what it felt like during the Fog Bowl of 1988? Or the bone-chilling temperatures of the Ice Bowl? They're building a special chamber that can recreate the exact temperature, humidity, and conditions of any famous weather game in Bears history. It's like a time machine for football weather. The tailgating experience is getting a complete overhaul too. They're creating dedicated zones with built-in grills, power outlets, and weather protection. But check this out. They're installing underground beer lines that connect to dispensing stations throughout the tailgating area. Just swipe your card, and you've got draft beer on tap right at your spot. Transportation? They've thought of everything. A new metro station will connect directly to the complex, getting you from downtown Chicago to your seat in under 30 minutes. They're building a network of autonomous electric shuttles that run continuous loops between parking areas and stadium entrances. And get this, the shuttles use facial recognition to know where your seats are and drop you off at the optimal entrance. And get this, they're installing a network of underground tunnels that connects every part of the complex. These aren't just service tunnels, they're building a complete underground transportation system. Electric vehicles will move people and supplies through these tunnels, completely invisible to fans above ground. It's like a secret city beneath the stadium. The environmental impact? This place is going to be greener than the turf. The entire complex will be powered by a combination of solar panels and wind turbines. The roof collects rainwater for irrigation and plumbing. They're even building a hydroponic farm inside the stadium to grow fresh vegetables for the restaurants. But let's talk numbers for a second, because they're mind-blowing. This project is creating 48,000 construction jobs. Once it's running, it'll employ over 3,000 people full-time. The projected annual economic benefit to the region? $2 billion. That's not counting the increased property values in Arlington Heights and surrounding areas. The security system is like something out of Mission Impossible. Using a combination of AI, thermal imaging, and millimeter wave technology, you can walk right into the stadium without breaking stride. No more emptying your pockets, no more metal detectors. The system can detect prohibited items while identifying ticket holders simultaneously. And here's something nobody's talking about yet, the acoustics. They've hired the same team that designs concert halls to create what they call dynamic sound zones. The stadium can actually shape its acoustics differently for different events. During Bears games, it'll be tuned to maximize crowd noise and create that intimidating home field advantage. For concerts, it can adjust to provide crystal clear sound no matter where you're sitting. The entire exterior of the stadium is covered in what they call dynamic architecture, millions of LED panels that can transform the entire appearance of the building. On game days, it can become a massive Bears logo visible from miles away. During other events, it can display anything from abstract art to real-time social media reactions. And here's the clever part. These panels are actually solar cells, helping to power the entire complex. This isn't just a stadium anymore. This is the Bears telling the world that Chicago is ready to define what football looks like in the 21st century. $4.7 billion might sound like a lot, but when you see what they're building here, when you understand the vision, when you realize how this is going to change the way we experience football, it almost seems like a bargain. 3 years from now, we're all going to walk through those gates and experience something that's never been done before. The future of football isn't coming to Chicago. It's being built there, right now, and it's going to be absolutely epic.